Actually, I need to sign in. I always forget to do that. What's up, guys? So, in push today, and yeah, pretty excited for this session because I'm now pressing some pretty big weights, numbers I'm pretty happy with, so it's going to be a good session. Something that's so important, guys, is doing this before you're pressing. Like, if I don't do this, I know my set will not be where it needs to be. It's just so important because you're getting blood into your back, and it's like just allowing you to, you know, when you do that negative, you can feel that weight more and you'll feel a lot stronger and stable. So get blood in your back, move your scap, you know, round your scap, retract your scap, and then retract. Just get as much blood into it as possible, and you'll go into your sets a lot more confident. You know, when you first do that first rep, have you ever done a rep and you just feel like, oh, it doesn't feel right? It's because there's not enough blood in your back. So yeah, do not neglect that before the session. First exercise is my favourite chest exercise, low incline dumbbell press. I just love this movement. I think once you nail that execution, it's such a good chest movement because you can create that convergence that you want. You can get like really good alignment with your pecs, and you know, it's a skill. I think dumbbell pressing, it takes time to really perfect it, but once you nail it, it's so good. And it's the one like free weight press that I think you should be doing. You know, either a high incline or a low incline, somewhere. You know, I think that will show if you get strong at. And with me right now, I'm trying to I've had this in for a long time. I think it's like over a year, a long time, maybe even a year and a half. And I'm not going to change it, guys, because this is what you need to learn is, okay, things might slow down and things might stall for a bit, but once you've had something in for so long, you are now so skilled at that movement. So I've managed to get this press into a position where I can get a lot out of it. And you know, free weight movements are things that you should keep in for a long period of time because it does require a little bit more skill. Obviously, unless you're deep into a diet phase, you know, at the end of my prep, obviously I swapped it out. But other than that, if you're in a growing phase and you're at a point where stability's good, run it for as long as you can. So it's been a bit of a battle, this movement, because you'll see the dumbbells that I'm using now are pretty difficult to handle, but we're getting there. We're getting to a point now where I'm pretty confident with them. So. Last warm, guys, and something you'll realise I'm doing is, you know, not that many reps on my warms. Literally 3, 4 in each warm. So once you've done mobility work at the start, you've got blood into your muscle, you're in a position where you're safe, you don't need to do loads of warm-ups. I'm preserving energy as much as I can into this set. For some people, they might need a little bit more reps across each set, but you really don't need as many as you think. And all this is about is building confidence. Like this is gonna fly. I'm gonna do 1, 2 reps, it'll fly, and then I will know 60s are on. So we'll see how this moves, and then we'll do the next set. Oh, fuck off. Alright, let's pass one more. Yeah. Cool. Come on! Let's go. 3, 2, 1, yep, let's go. Come on! Yes, good. Easy. Yes! Come on! Yours. Let's go! Oh! Yes! Oh! Oh! So heavy, aren't they? Oh. Them dumbbells are so fucking awkward. I kicked them back and then I couldn't get them out. They're actually a real pain, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the coach in me would tell someone else to do something different when they're having to handle dumbbells like this. But I love dumbbell pressing and it excites me. And that's the most important thing, guys. Like, do what makes, do the things that make you so excited to get in the gym. You should be itching to get in there. Think about that movement that you've been thinking about for days and days and days. That is the key thing. It's not just about like doing what's optimal all the time. Just enjoy training. Because I can tell you right now, the most important thing is training fucking hard. And if you're not doing that, you're not gonna see the progressions you can make to your physique. It's about training hard, really fucking hard, but really consistently and always turning up. Oh. You're on the first, mate. No, that's right, yeah. Good. Come on, let's go. Yes, let's go. Ah! Again, come on. Drive, drive. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Yeah, there are longer pauses, but yeah, down like that last one, down like a rep. But there's a thing, like, whilst we get so fixated on like numbers, remember if your execution's improving, that is a way of progress. And I knew that my pauses on here weren't really sufficient enough pauses. They're almost like half a second pauses, doesn't really count. So just trying to increase the length that I'm able to pause down here. And I think that's going to have a good cross transfer to the 60s. Just getting really strong right in the lengthen range out that hole. That's the hard part of a press. So pausing on the back off is a good way of like adding some slightly different elements to your pressing across that second set. So yeah, something I want to talk about is just like when you come out of a D volume, just be aware. A lot of the time people think, oh, I'm going to come out of a D volume and everything's just going to skyrocket, fatigue's dropped off, things are going to fly. Now that's definitely the case on machines a lot, but things like free weights or even machine lifts that are more demanding, say a hack squat, a Smith squat, things like that will take maybe a little bit longer, maybe a week of going back in to failure and doing the same amount of sets that you usually do to regain that drop off in skill a little bit. So today on the pressing, whilst those were progressions, it wasn't quite the same as what I had on the high incline Smith. And the reason being is because this is a much higher demanding lift with skill. So that's why when I started doing it, it felt a little bit more foreign, especially the back off set, because they're different dumbbells and I didn't do that last week because I just did the 60s for a one-off set, you know, away from failure. So going back in, going to failure, and then also using different dumbbells, you know, that skill, I'm going to relearn that for this week. Next week, I'll come in and things will just fly. Literally, they will 100% fly. That first week tends to be a little bit slower.
You think it would take me? How much do you pay for a shoulder press then? You'll probably pay
Oh. This is a lovely piece. If you have this, definitely use it for the high incline. It's just, the convergence is so good. It literally, like, I've never had a shoulder press like this that converges this perfectly. Yeah, it's a lovely press. Really excited to run this up.
Yes, come on, let's go.
I don't know if you saw on the National Bodybuilding Worldwide Instagram page me talking about how important it is to film your sets, and you know that really confirms it there, because my top set of 4 plates, I watched back and I noticed like the range could just be better, like it could. I want more range than that. So because I looked at that then, I was able to now think about like going into the lateral set and improve my range massively. So it's not just like thinking about filming your sets for the long term, whilst that is obviously extremely important. You can actually use it short term, look at your clips within your session, and you can change things so you can actually get more out of the session itself. So yeah, like filming your sets is so useful, and it's allowing me now to go into the back off and really get more out of that range and get stronger in the length and range. Something I was kind of avoiding a little bit too much on my first set because I was, you know, chasing a new weight of 4 plates. Slight lack of confidence with that weight, but with time, you know, that will look better as well. But yeah, also like if you're not part of the National Bodybuilding Worldwide site, I mean, highly advise it, guys, because the amount of value on there in terms of content for natural bodybuilders is absolutely insane. You can get videos like this, you can get forums, you can see my log following through my off season every single day. You can look at AJ's log, there's courses on there, all for like £7 a month. It's an absolute no-brainer. And if you're not doing it, I think you need to be doing it right now, because you're missing out on leveling up your knowledge and your physique. So definitely, if you're not part of the site, get on there.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's go.
Come on. Let's go. Nice. Yep.
Okay. Let's go. Come on. Again. Let's go. Oh. Come on. Yes, come on. No, let's go. Oh.
Just a useful cue when you're doing a fly, like think about trying to, imagine you've got a balloon on your chest and you're trying to pop it with your biceps. That will force you to keep your arms straight and you'll be doing this instead of this. Because when you think of the function of the pec, it's literally just this. That's what it's there to do. So why do you need to go like that or like that? It doesn't make sense, right? We're not, that adds nothing to our pec. All I'm feeling is my delt stretch. So just arms as straight as you can. These you'll feel like they force you, if you have a machine like this, to go like that. But it's just forcing that convergence. So if you fight that, that machine is creating that perfect path. So that's why it kind of goes like that. You just got to fight it and just keep your arms as straight as you can. You will see a slight bend naturally, but if you fight it, you'll be able to lengthen this out more. Just coming all the way across. It's that absolute stretch. Something I want to talk about on this is I've seen a lot of people, and it's a classic thing that people take the piss out of if they hate the whole like optimal. It's like people holding D handles when they do this, and it kind of makes sense because you're trying to get some sort of tension through your hands so you can create more force. But just a little tip, like in my opinion, you don't actually need to do that. What I do is how I squeeze my hands. So I actually saw, I think it was Alberto Nunez talking about this. It was really useful information. It's like, are you trying to create as much neural drive as possible? Think about squeezing through your little finger as hard as you can, as opposed to like through here, just squeeze here. So what I do is if I'm doing a movement like this, you'll see my fourth and my little finger, I push them into my hand like this, and I squeeze, and I just squeeze my hand like that. So it's like that, and then I'm like this. And I squeeze really, really hard. And that's what you need to do in my opinion. Like, yeah, holding a D handle will make it maybe a little bit easier, but just practice doing this. And that's like across all your lifts, like this squeezing will just allow you to create as much neural drive as possible.
Let's go, come on. Come on.
When you do any like seated lateral raise as well, a mistake I see a lot of people do is they sit and then their legs are in front of them and they're kind of going like this. And that's a lot of rear delt. So what I always do in this is I shift my feet back, I plant my chest, and then I hang my arms like in front of my body. So this will keep like my trap down more, but I'm also working the plane here. But as long as I internally rotate like this is all on the medial deltoid, but you need that internal rotation. If you don't and you're going like this, you're working a lot more front. So close that off and then work in this plane.
Let's go. No! Good. Let's go.
Oh. Pull that like off my arm.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's right. So I think, in my opinion, if you want like a thick, most muscular shot, or anything where you're just big up top, you need to get strong at narrow grip pressing or like dips and things like that. Something I like really want to credit to a lot of my like tricep growth is being really strong at dips and close grip pressing. It really does show my tricep development. So don't like miss out stuff like that. Obviously you need to do your like tricep extensions and stuff like that, but make sure you're doing dips, some form of dip, whether that's a dip machine or weighted dips. And then make sure you've also got like a narrow grip Smith press. And if you get very, very strong at that, it will show, I'm telling you now. Yeah. So, you know, I talked about at the start how you want to just keep doing new things over and over again. I've never dipped this way ever in my life before. So it's shit like this that will show in your physique. Just doing this over and over again, and you will have an element of fear when you go into like weights that you've never touched before, but those are the most rewarding sets. So let's see what we can get. This is 65 kilos added, so 3 plates and a 5. I've never ever done this. And yeah, I've been on 3 for a while, it's time to go up. Nice. No!
Let's go. Come on.
Oh, come on! No! No!
Yes.
No! No! No!
Come on.
No!
Let's go.
No! Say that. I don't know if you saw, but the belt that I unclipped near the end of the set, but it was alright. I was 6.5. Yeah, really like that. The dips are just, in my opinion, one of the best chest movements you can do. It's just like, it just works a whole pec. So once like that into a drop set, and then after that my chest is fried. This is one of my favourite lateral deltoid movements, just because of how like accurate you can load it, and yeah, just have it like hip level, you can like fully lengthen. This is such a good position where you can just work in this plane and keep the trap down, just like this. Whereas sometimes if you have it all the way down here, you're coming from here, a lot of the time people they jerk it up and they lose that like accuracy they need. I feel like form is so important on lateral raises. So important, because it's so easy to miss this area. Think about how small like the differences are. Like you move your arm in the wrong angle, you're not gonna hit it as well. So we're going to go on to the Gen 1 Nautilus overhead like tricep extension. This is actually really heavy in the short, so it's ideal doing this first, and it's going to work more like the short head of your tricep. You can really feel it like when you're out here, so it's going to be working here. And then after that, we're going to go on to a tricep extension, which is much heavier back here. So like if you haven't got a good machine for that, like a dumbbell skull crusher would be good, or any cable like where you can really lengthen out. And there's a lot of tension back here, that's what you want. You can work the long head of your tricep. This is actually like the sickest tricep like order of things. So we've done dips, now this, and then the next machine, and then boom, my triceps are just absolutely fried. I guarantee you this is the best gym in the whole world. Well, maybe one of them in the whole world for triceps. Like there's literally everything you can do in right here for triceps. You do not need any more. So the only downfall is it's so fucking hard to get in, but it's worth it. Oh God. So now, you see on this, like, the resistance profile is dropping off loads down here. So this is perfect to do at the end and to work more like the long head. So we're getting stronger like back here, which is gonna work this part of the tricep, which is really important when you do like front double bicep, you know, that hang from here. And then obviously when you hit it here, like that in a bit, very important. Triceps now are absolutely flat, like right here, ruined. Oh. So I think it's time that I give you guys a physique update. It's been a long time. And I want to be honest about where I'm at right now in terms of a lot of the time people when they get far into the off season hide away. But I want to show you guys to be comfortable with pushing body weight up. And you know, it doesn't look as pretty, but it does the work in terms of building muscle. And you know, you might think, oh, I've grown a lot, but there is a change in the off season where you get to a point where you're like full, looking bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you get a little softer and the lines start to go even more, the shape goes, and you actually kind of look smaller. You kind of look smaller in photos and videos. So yeah, I mean, it's hard because sometimes I look at my check-in shots and I'm just thinking, nah, it doesn't look that good. But I know that it's just this phase because I've been here before, and the minute you diet down, you see the changes, you see the differences in the physique and why it was so useful just to spend time there. Even though it looks like you're not growing, you are, I promise you. So just focus on, you know, your progressions, what you're doing in the gym, and maybe how clothes fit on you. Use that as a guide, as opposed to photos. And maybe also what people see in person, because I think in person when people see you, that's the difference. You can tell you look bigger. It's just when you take those photos, you look at them and you think, it's not quite what you want. After a long time of posing in this gym, we found the light spot, I think. So. That's enough. Yeah, that's current look. 6 months deep into the off season, 90 kilos. But yeah, showing you guys that the reality of natural bodybuilding is it's not going to look pretty for a long period of time. I'm going to be looking like this for a while, and it's going to show when I diet down and I next compete. It's going to really show in terms of the muscular development that I've been chasing to be a competitive pro natural bodybuilder. So yeah. So that was a very productive push session today. Coming back from a devolume, feeling pretty strong and took some very solid progressions. The 60s, like half a rep up here and there. It just didn't feel like that comfortable. Even like kicking it back, it just was too like narrow and stuff. But it's kind of what happens a lot after the devolume. You come back in and you're just a little rusty. And it's not like the strength, it's more the elbow path and just being really well used to that movement, which kind of can come back for a week. So next week I reckon we'll feel even better. But very happy. I mean, I'm really happy to take, 3 and a 5 on the dip for like 6.5. That's very good. I'm really happy with that. So yeah, just at a point in my off season now where training is just flying and I'm loving it. So really, like, I do look at some people in prep here and there and I think, oh yeah, like it would be fun, but like no chance I'm going to do a prep for a good while. It's just the thought of training not progressing is just something I just really do not want. Being able to get very strong over a long period of time, that's what I want to be chasing now, without any diet phases and things like that pushing me back. So just going to keep going for as long as I can. Bodyweight's just the goal now is just to move super steadily. If I can gain like 1 kilo a month, that's, you know, ideal. And maybe even less. Just we're not going to put more food in for a while because it's not needed. It's not needed at this point. It's just about every week just taking those tiny wins in the gym and just staying in this phase for, you know, as long as we can. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate all the support right now. Please like if you haven't already. Really appreciate all the support. Subscribe, all that stuff, you know, all the usual shit. And if there's any ideas for content, let me know. We want to switch it up a little bit. I've got a few ideas. If anyone knows any good strongmen, let me know, because I think a video with a strongman in the gym would be cool. I think that's something I wanna do. I think you guys would like that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See you soon.